Are you a person who has a good heart and always wants to help others? Each and every one of you in this room has that opportunity. With that good heart, literally and figuratively, you could be a hero. Due to organ donation, you have the power to save a life after your life. Seeing as all of us in this room have organs and we will eventually pass away, the organ donation is a decision that we need to make and should make by saying yes. It does not matter how old you are, as long as you are in relatively good health, then you can do it. I know this is a touchy subject because no one wants to think about their last days. But just like the conversation you have to have with your children about the birds and the bees, this conversation is one that needs to be had and not taken lightly. I am one of those with a good heart. So when I renew my license, I also renew my organ donor status. Organ donation can be done while living or after death. Both are equally important. Dr. William Goldberg, the founder of the transplant program at UT Medical Center, states that 84,362 people are waiting for a kidney transplant. While living, you can donate one of your kidneys. So if organ donation is something you are interested in while living, I encourage you to do so. Today, I'm going to be talking about afterlife organ donation. There are many myths that scare people away from being an organ donor. I tend to calm those worries. I will be discussing what organ donation is, how it works, what organs and tissues can be donated, the importance of donating, and how to become a donor. Organ donation is the transplantation of healthy tissues and organs from one person to another. This is done by a tactile procedure where both the donor and the recipient are handled with care. Recipients of transplantation are those going through organ failure or need tissues or eye repairs for their well-being. OrganDonor.gov states that 120,881 people are waiting for a transplant and 18 people die every day before they receive the organ they need. A worry people have is, well, the doctors won't work as hard to save my life. Though these numbers are unfortunate, doctors take many measures to make sure that those people who are organ donors get the best care and treatment. They are solely focused on saving your life and not others. When it is declared that the donor is deceased, which is done by cardiac and brain assessments, then and only then will your organs be considered for transplant. A common myth that deters people from being organ donors is not being able to have an open casket. As I stated before, your body is handled with care and your physical appearance is not altered to the point where it will interfere, seeing as you will be clothed. When bone is removed, it is replaced with rod. After the donation of your organs, a match is found and transplanted. During this time, your family will be receiving all the support and grief counseling necessary, and they will not be charged for costs incurred. Wouldn't it make you feel better to know that your family will know whose life or lives were saved by you? Well, through donor programs, your loved ones will receive follow-ups on the very general information of the recipients and how they are doing. By now, my hope is that you are more at ease and informed on how this process will not harm you in any way. It is common for people to think that organ donation is giving your heart or kidney. That is not the case. An organ donor has the potential to save up to 8 lives and better the quality of up to 50 lives by tissue and eye transplants. Organs suitable for donation in the deceased are the kidneys, pancreas, lungs, heart, liver, and intestines. Tissues are also donated such as bones, skin, heart valves, and veins. Imagine not having any sight or your loved one losing their sight. Now imagine having the chance to see again or for the first time. Through a donor or through your donation, your sight can be restored, or you can give a person the chance to see all the beautiful visuals in life. Cornea transplants with a success rate of 95% have changed the lives of over 1 million people since 1961, ranging from 9 days old to as age as 100 years old. Amazing, right? Are you still nervous about some myths you have heard? Okay, I will talk about a few more common myths that are discussed on MayoClinic.com. Organ donation is against my religion. The fact. Most major religions, such as Roman Catholic, Islam, Judaism, and Protestant, agree with organ donation. If you are unsure about your religious stance on this subject, talk with a member of your clergy. I'm too old to donate and not in good health. The fact. There is no cutoff age for donation, and there are very few medical conditions that will disqualify you. So do not disqualify yourself prematurely. At the time of death, doctors will determine if your organs are suitable for transplantation. My organs will be priority for the rich and famous. The fact. The rich and famous are treated no differently when it comes to the allocation of organs. They wait for their turn just as the next person does. Celebrity and financial status are not considered. Now, are you ready to be that life changer for one to several people? Sure you are. So now I'm here to tell you how. Becoming a donor is simple, and there are multiple ways to achieve this. To become a donor is just a click away. By visiting organdonor.gov, you can sign up for your state donor registry. You can also receive a donor card, sign it, and carry it around in your wallet or purse. If you are under the age of 18, you cannot legally consent as a minor, but talk with your parents because they can make that decision for you. Other things to do to cover all of your bases would be to have it designated on your driver's license. When receiving or renewing one, tell your family and friends your wishes to donate. Tell your health care provider, and more importantly, write a decision in your living will, advance directive, or your will. Organ and tissue donation gives people a second chance. Be a lifesaver. Take part in a wonderful miracle. Who is it hurting? Studies show that knowing that you saved others' lives made a huge difference and helps a family cope with loss. Your life matters and is priority, so your treatment is priority. In the event that you do not make it, which is determined through tests as an organ donor, which you are already signed up for or on your way to sign up for, your organs, tissues, and eyes that were carefully removed from your body will be matched with the recipient, or 8, whom your family will receive general information on. Your funeral, depending on preference, can be open or closed, and through donation process. There will be counseling for your family as needed, and the cost for the organ removal will not be left for your family to pay. The thing about being a donor is this: you never know whose life you will save, or because they said yes to organ donation after their life ended, your life they saved. It could be a baby. Imagine your child, a high school student, a middle-aged parent, your spouse, or an older adult, your mother or father. There is nothing more precious than an innocent soul. So in closing, I want you to remember this story and know that you could be that change, that miracle. Written by Dick Roberts on lpch.org at Lucille Packard Children's Hospital. 2-year-old Micah, who was dependent on kidney dialysis. 8-year-old Becky, who needed a heart transplant, and 5-month-old Alexi, who was experiencing advanced liver failure. All 3 children barely clinging to life. Their parents down and out, but trying to remain strong for their suffering children. Then there is you, or a Micah, Becky, and Alexi's case, a female that passed and was fortunately a donor. These children's lives are now forever changed, and the grieving family of that female found comfort knowing that they were growing as healthy children. That selfless decision, saying yes, is my decision. I want to be that hero, that miracle, that life changer. Do you? And I mentioned in the speech that you could sign up and show on your license. So here are just a couple examples. In each state, they do it different. Some have it under your name. Some have hearts and the circles with the donor in it. And this picture just shows that it's important to be a donor and recycle. Give life, donor, hero. You save. Organ and love.